can potentially happen, or maybe what will happen. And as usual, we begin with monthly. In the monthly perspective, what do we have on our left hand side is an engulfing buy. This blue zone is a zone whereby previously was a zone of buyers. After many months later, this zone has now been broken and potential powerful sellers may live within this zone. Firstly, classify how big this zone is, and the size of it is 690 pips zone. And in the way, this 690 pips worth of zone, will you have to then filter down to find specific and precise key levels if you are willing and even attempting to be successful in this. So you have to move down the time frame down to the weekly. So in this zone now, do not have any biasness, you just mark what you see. For example, I see this engulfing sell zone. Although it is a zone whereby half of it is inside the zone and half of it is outside the zone, it can still play as a very powerful zone, and you can't deny yourself of that fact first. So before I start looking other places, I want to settle this guy first and see what can I find from within here. Like I said before, if you take a weekly zone, you must just go down to the H4. And then what do? You go and orchestrate and witness at the beginning of the zone. This area is the area that you will find your potential critical levels that you can get super powerful movements from. And since we are kind of and should be looking for a reversal, hence the zones that we are marking for now will be a zone that contains potential reversal elements. Number one, look at this engulfing cell on H4. This area caused what? The movement of gold to drop more than 1000 pips. And within this zone, you can then also see there is an engulfing buy fail. So this box, we take it, we label it, and then we classify it as a super powerful critical level, whereby this kind of area can potentially give you 200 to 300 pips. So you have gotten your first zone. What can you do next? You have to find your other zones. So let's finish up the higher region of this blue box first. So we have one over here, and why we took this one? This was the beginning of the kababoom 1000 pip. But before this guy begins, there must be another area that has caused the gold to start into the selling direction, and it is from this area. This is a hidden engulfing H4, and from this area you can see it formed another H4, and from this H4 zone it formed another H4 cell, and from this H4 cell it formed another H4 cell. So the root and the cause of the cell were from this particular dude actually. So I shall mark this dude, and now I technically already have two powerful cell levels from the weekly perspective. So what do we do next? First, we have to zoom out and just finish up our zones. One over there and one over here. Oops, no, I don't want that. This, and that's why you see why we got the powerful cell over here before, and why we got and we're looking for a cell over here. So the cells have been done, and now before I move even deeper, I shall delete this blue box first, and then I jump back into H4, and then this box I shall label it as a powerful zone, but it is no longer as fresh as it could be because it has dropped twice for 2 to 500 pips. So different coloration is needed, so I shall put a soft blue, meaning to say it's still powerful, but it can be used as a potential buy later, meaning this is a key level. It has done its sell twice. If it crosses this 1811, we shall buy it into 1840. Secondly is, Once we have gotten our 2 critical cells within the blue zone just now, do we add more? Not really. Why? Because it has dropped and it has done the movement. So for the selling perspective, it's done. There's no more zones. So for today, what are the rules for it to keep selling, or will it be in a reversal format? So we take the fresh recent H4 candle. We labeled it as another color, maybe like a deep pink. Oops, fucking ugly. Let me change it to deep blue. Okay, and within this deep blue, if we mark the H4, we just dive into M15, and from this area, where can we potentially look for a sell? Maybe for today, a good sell, if any retracement comes, is somewhere around this area. So if we are already playing in this blue zone, might as well we just take this highest engulfing sell of M15 for a potential double top down. So this is whereby if you want to try whack it hard, you can whack it hard, because your SL is only maybe 20 pips max, 30 pips. From where? From your entry price, if you were to get it from 1806 down to 1805. But what about today? If the powerful blue zone is giving us more than 200 pips, where can it go next? Remember, last week we had a critical level that we were waiting for. So number one, it was somewhere over here. Okay, it was here. Meaning this is a fresh zone that caused the breakout but never had any retest happening on it yet. So in this area, 1777, 1778, you can potentially look for a strong buy. 1779. Yes, no. Okay, M1 should shoot down until here. So in this area, if you can get a buy, then you can maybe get 40 to 60 pips minimum. And then where would the other zones be? We repeat the same process. We open our H4, we look what we can find. So do you see over here, there is an engulfing cell. This engulfing cell has created a zone whereby once it plays below, it will try to reverse down. Once it plays above, it will shoot up really high. So this zone, I will put the color as maybe deep pink. What does this zone mean? 1772, 1774. This is an ultra volume zone. So if it's shooting down strongly, you just add more cells, you will see a breakout down. If it comes here, you see an M1, M5 buy, it can use this zone to shoot back up. Other than that, we are now playing in a sideway and we are waiting for the first move of the week. The first move must be a move during US session, and it must have 100 to 200 pips worth of one direction. And when you have this, that means the market is ready to move within and with your zones. For as long as it's just doing this kind of bullshit, playing up, down, down, if you try to trade more than 20 to 40 pips, you will be risking your account for no reason, because it's not even your fault if you lose it. But what is the reason to the loss? You did not wait for the volume of confirmation or the volume of the market from the US session, the real dragons. You like to play in the Asia session with the puny dragons? You have to wait for the real deal. So patience is the name of the game. For today, 1774 will be our lowest point for a buy, 1772. This is super good. If you want to look for a sell, we shall look for it somewhere up here. And in this middle, we don't trade, because look at this candle. One red candle, two red candle. Now this is an engulfing sell. If you try to buy now, you have to pray for what? This bitch will just fly and break all. But if not, what's going to happen is red, green small candle, one solid red, boom. So then this candle can make an engulfing sell. And then I want you guys to see also, if it bursts down one candle into this area, do not buy. It will drop even more. But if it comes down one 2, 3, or maybe 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2 H4 candles, then maybe you can look for a buy in this area. If not, we take the sell, stop, or sell format to go lower. If it comes into this area with one strong candle, boom, H4, then do not sell yet. Meaning it will do what? It will test our higher region of the line, 1811. And then we wait for M1 for the reverse or the continuation breakout. So on Monday, the routine of a trader is to create an emotion of non-biasness to the market. You have labeled all your critical zones. You will start moving your thought process only after you see a response in your zone. Meaning to say, now there is no zone of mine here, so I don't know if it's going to fly or drop. But if it comes into my zone, I can then analyze, will it drop further or will it use this zone to reverse? So far, everyone clear? The road to winning is not easy, and it takes a lot to get to where you want to go in life. So be very attentive and aware of everything around you. Nevertheless, this is the best of the best, baby. Enjoy.